Hi everyone, this is Julie. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, just wanted to pop on my camera and show something that I'm gonna alter. I made this little flippy whatever fold out thing, and I wasn't too happy with the color of the cover here, so it was like, here, let me show. It was this brighter pink, and it wasn't really going very well with my French Bliss boutique project that I'm working on. So I've decided that I want to change out the cover. So I'm going to disassemble it, or attempt to disassemble it, take it apart. Alright, and I think what I'm going to use is this page here. It is printed on both sides, and this is from Doreen's French Bliss boutique kit that I've been using. Okay, so let's get started here. Yeah, I wasn't too wild about how that turned out with the gesso, so I'm like, I don't know. So we're just going to tear it apart. Gonna snip out the waxed thread here. And let's set the pages aside. Does it want to come off? There we go. That off. That vintage card is so cute. I can peel this off without tearing it up too badly. Hopefully. Okay. I left that part a little more pinkish. So, one thing I like about junk journals, journaling in general, I guess, is if you don't like what you've done, you could take it apart and fix it. Let's see if this is going to come off. Don't know. See if I'll try to reuse that or not. Okay, so I think when I measured this before, this was 6 inches. Yeah, it's around 6 by about 8.5. Close enough. We're gonna go with 6 by 8.5. I'll go ahead and just use my razor blade cutter here. 8.5. Okay. Ooh, do I want to cut that part off though? That's the way I want to cut it. I'm trying to square it up on my cutting pad here. Cutting board. I need to get a new one. This one is very old and used. Okay, I can use that for something else. 6 inches. Again, I need to figure out which part do I want to cut off. That part. Yeah, I guess it'll be fine. We'll just do this. Not super straight, but that's okay. Alright. Make sure. Yep, that's about the right size. See how far in I folded it. Probably about 3.5. Yeah. 3.5 inches in. 3.25. And this was about 1.5 inches folded in on the left side. You start with the left side here. forgot to check. I think this might be 110-pound cardstock. How much room I left? That was pretty much right up to the fold line there. Leave a little bit of space. That right there. Let's check and see if my pages will fit in here. Yeah, it'll fit well enough. What I'll do is take out any, well, that's pretty thin, any extra bits, if there's any. Not really, just probably just that one. Take that out of the way for a minute. Yeah, okay, guess that's it. Now I gotta line up all the holes again. Ah, that's gonna be the tricky part. So I'm gonna flip through here. Yeah, just looking to see if there was anything I wanted to take out, but no, not really. Keep all this stuff in here. Okay, well, what I'll do is take a pencil. Sorry, oh, there's no telling how many times I've knocked the phone and not noticed. Sorry about that. I did it again. I keep hitting my head against the phone holder thingy. Just trying to see where the holes are. There they are. Okay. Sorry, I gotta get this closer so I can see what I'm doing. We shall see if that will work. Get my awl out here. Ooh, that hole was a little bit too big. Alright. Use my wax thread. You can always use embroidery thread or twine or ribbon, anything really. Ooh, scissors are very dull. So I can try to do this on camera, but I may pause it if it gets too fiddly. Just trying to find a needle, sorry. They've all got wax in the eye of the needles. Okay, I'm gonna pause for just a moment so you guys don't have to watch me try to line up these holes. Hold on just a second. Okay, I got the center holes aligned anyway. Oh, you know, now would be a good time to like rearrange any papers if you wanted to do that. So a lot of you know this is the 3-hole pamphlet stitch technique of binding your pages together. Oops, didn't feel like it went through. Sometimes you can wiggle your needle. Yeah, this is still gonna be too fiddly. Hold on just a second. Okay, so I went through one more hole. Now I've got this last hole to go through. The sensible thing to have done would be to perhaps clip my papers together to do this. I'm just trying to rethread them again through the original holes. Okay, pull that through. So then now, last thing to do is, look how big my hole turned out. If you use a smaller eye, and maybe it won't be such a large hole. This is by far, you know, one of the harder things for me to do, since I tend to be kind of a clumsy person to begin with, and you don't want to split your thread. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to pause again. Okay, finally threaded it through. So I want to go underneath this page string that is vertical. Make sure that's tight, and then just tie it in a knot. Okay, whew, that was a struggle. I could have made that easier for myself, but yeah, I didn't. Okay, so yeah, I like that much better. Now, let me see if I want to put the little decorations that I had on the front. See if I want to put that back on there. This on here. I suppose I still like that on there, because I need some of these colors brought in to kind of match with the rest of this. So I did not unclog my glue. So how is everybody doing today? Do you guys have bad weather? Today is really cold here in Kansas. I think it's only supposed to get up into the teens today. Last night it was like, I don't know, -1 or I don't know. It was really super cold. Okay, then I guess she can go back on there. This time I'll use just a PVA glue. It looks like I used the hot glue gun first time around. Baby wipe has seen better days. I don't mind this being on the inside, so I'll glue her back in here. I think on the original cover this probably flipped over, but I take that into account when I was measuring earlier. So she'll just be glued back in. I don't know, maybe I did glue it before, but I think I folded it over actually. Ugh. Excessive glue. Sorry that my arm is in the way. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to improve with my filming process, guys. Sorry. Not good at all. And this will go back in here. Should let it dry, but this needs to dry. Okay. Let's see if I can still, yeah, I can still fit her in there. Keep her in there as a pocket too. Okie dokie. My fingers are a gluey mess now. Maybe I had that there, not really sure. Great. And then I'm not sure what I'll do with the closure. See if I want to keep this same. Looks like I gessoed over that. Yeah, so all I did was punch out 2 circles, put them together. Just used a little brad. And it probably would look best in the center, but I don't want it to, I forgot about that when I made it the last time, that the string goes around right there. I think I will just put it up there, see how that works. Be okay or not. Will it hold it still? Alright. Trying to find my awl. Don't know. I'm gonna see if I can use my pencil to poke a little hole in there. Not really. That backup awl here. Okay, and then I could use ribbon or even the wax thread again. I had a piece of twine, but I don't know what I did with it. I'm just gonna use this maybe for the moment. I'm gonna try to put it in between. This might be too thick. Well, maybe not in between. I'm not going to. You could like tie that so it'll stay, but well, you don't need to wrap around 3 times, but alright, well that's what I have for now. I may not keep this string as the closure, but I think it looks better than it did after I gessoed the cover. So yeah, I just wanted to show that, you know, if you do not like something, you can always take it apart and change it. And maybe I could put like a thin piece of lace here across here, the spine, to kind of cover that up. But yeah, I like that better. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I think this will go a lot better. And I'm gonna do a final flip through soon of my French Bliss boutique journal here. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.